Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we have a John Doe found in Denver, Colorado, May 21st, 1979. White Caucasian male. Estimated age is 30 to 50 years old. It doesn't have an estimated PMI. It says estimated year of death 1979. It says estimated to be 5'7", measured to be 117. But if they could measure the weight, why couldn't they measure the height? And if they had just found him that day or a few days later, I could see him being 117 pounds. But what if it had been months? I don't know how much he actually weighed because I'm confused by this. And all parts recovered, near complete or complete skeleton. So it's a skeleton. But I thought a skeleton weighed like 20 or 30 pounds or something like that. So I don't know. Black hair. A red bandana found in their pants pocket. And I don't know. A leather wallet. A bandana reminds me of when I was younger and I lived in Wyoming and I was like packing sawdust. And you'd be working for hours out there. You would need a bandana to keep the sweat from running in your eyes, if you're. So, I don't know. So he had a red bandana in his pocket and a leather wallet, a brown jacket with. So he could have been somebody that worked hard and he would sweat and he didn't want the sweat going in his eyes. He had a leather wallet. I guess there was no ID or anything in it. A brown jacket with acrylic artificial wool lining, orange, green, and tan striped jacket. White shirt with green ink stain in left shirt pocket. It sounds like he was wearing layers of clothes. I was wondering maybe it was cold when he died, right? He's got layers of clothes on. He's got 2 pairs of pants, a shirt, a jacket, and another jacket. It might have been cold when he died. Brown socks, black belt with silver colored buckle. If you live out in those areas, they tell you when it's cold to wear layers of clothes. Clear glasses with tortoise shell type frame. Buckle, dress shoes, gray metal ring with black stone on left little finger. And I couldn't find anybody that fit his description that was reported missing. So I'm wondering if he's somebody that wasn't reported missing. So if you know somebody that was missing, check and make sure they have a nameless case file. And also look on the Charlie Project and the Doe Network, because I think the investigators are supposed to put them in nameless, but I'm not sure how they do it in the different states or the different counties. And so check and see if you can, just make sure there's a nameless case file, and I would have them in nameless, the Charlie Project, the Doe Network, everything I could have them put in if I knew somebody that went missing, right? And there was that one man that went missing from Fort Collins in May. He was 23 years old, 5'6" to 5'10", but he was 23, so the age isn't right. But and it says he has brown hair, but sometimes they'll say, I can't tell if his hair is dark brown. And sometimes if somebody has dark brown hair, one person will call it black and one person will call it brown. And he's 5'6" to 5'10", so I don't know if that would be considered 5'7". I don't know if somebody was in contact with him on May 27th or not. I don't know when he was reported missing or how they guesstimated the date. He did wear glasses. I wish they had pictures of the glasses and everything. So I don't think that could be him, but I don't know for sure. Maybe. Fort Collins isn't that far from Denver. So anyway, if you have any information about who this might be, please contact authorities and let them know. And, it could be somebody that didn't have a missing person's case file, or maybe they did, and maybe something happened to the files. Maybe they were stored in a basement or a storage area where there was a storm or a pipe burst or anything, or fire. I don't know. But just make sure if you have a missing person that went missing, that they have an open case file. And don't forget to pray for his family and his loved ones. Feel free to leave comments, and have a blessed day. Bye-bye.